Hey gang, welcome to the 30-day cleanse. I'm so excited to have all of you. I wanted to take a minute and just kind of explain the big picture of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're going to accomplish, hopefully, your goals. So the first thing that I wanted to kind of go over is what the program is not. And what it's not is a quick fix in a diet mentality. And what it is a kickstart to clean eating that you can continue for your life and hopefully inspire others who witness your maybe transformation or your increase in energy or your happier mood or whatever it is that comes along with clean eating as a lifestyle. What it is not is a strict set of rules that you have to follow. What it is not is an all or nothing plan where you say, unless I'm 100% in, I'm just not doing it. Those are the things that it's not. Another thing that it's not is complicated. Even though it might seem like it at the beginning, it really is not. So once you understand the basics and you have all of your tools, it's very easy and simple, and it's just a matter of sticking to your plan. So what it is a set of suggestions, what we're going to eliminate and what you're going to fuel with. And from that point, you decide, you get to determine what your actual plan is. So as a group, and some of the suggestions that I will make include eliminating anything that is addictive, toxic, or potentially allergenic from your diet. And a lot of times it's very interesting. You may not even know that you are allergic or sensitive or intolerant to certain foods until you actually try eliminating them and seeing how your body feels without them. And then you'll be fueling with real food. And sometimes just that mindset of thinking of food as fuel instead of as an amazing culinary experience every meal is enough to help you just change that mindset and see results immediately. So you're fueling for life, you're fueling for exercise, you're fueling so that you have energy to play with your kids and to watch a movie with your husband after the kids go to bed. So that's what food is. It's fuel for your activities, it's energy. The program itself, like I said, is not complicated, but what it is a lot of information that you have to access and decide, kind of weed through it and decide what parts of it you want to take and apply to your life. Nothing is mandatory. There are tons of recipes, meal plans, grocery shopping lists, different ways to decide how you want to lay out your diet plan, and then you just have to follow it, okay? And I'm here if you need help or clarification on any of those specific things, but just try not to get too hung up on the specifics, because what we're looking for is big picture. Are you eating foods that came from the earth, that had a mother, that you can identify the ingredients in those foods? If you can answer yes to that, then you're most likely clean eating. If you're also cutting out gluten and dairy and soy and sugar, processed foods, alcohol, then most likely you are following the cleanse guidelines. Just an overview of what you get with this program. So for $30, you're getting access to all of the information. You also get the online support and accountability group, which is huge. That's one of the biggest assets that we have in this program, is having an immediate support group. So if you have a question, or if you have something you want to share, or if you're proud of something, go ahead and put it out there on the Facebook page. We want to be proud of you along with you, and we want to help offer suggestions, and we want to help answer questions. So use the group for sure. Some of the logistics real quick, just be sure that you are friending me on Facebook. You've been added to the Facebook page. Most of my communication with you will be via the Facebook page so that I'm not inundating your email inbox every day. I have a ton of information to share, and I will share a ton of it. It's up to you to go to the Facebook page to check for it. I will email you as a group probably 3 times over the 30 days, and then I will email you individually 2 to 3 times over the 30 days. If you have questions, concerns, comments, anything in between that time frame, you have access to me the whole time. So email, text, phone, I'm here for you if you have questions or concerns. So please reach out. Don't be shy. I would love for everyone to introduce themselves to the Facebook page. We have people from Alaska and Hawaii and DC and Seattle and Texas. So tell us who you are and what your goals are and what we can do to help you and what you can hopefully add to the group as well. We will also be logging nutrition using MyFitnessPal, and I will provide a lot more information on that at a later date, but do be sure to join MyFitnessPal and then friend me and anybody else from the group so that you can get ideas for snacks and meals from us as well. Just kind of a quick heads up, usually at the beginning of a program like this, you will not feel great. And the reason is your body is really eliminating a lot of the toxins, even from the beginning. So if you're used to eating sugar, simple carbohydrates, if you're not used to drinking much water, if you just haven't been really treating food as fuel and just eating what feels good, or maybe skipping meals and going, you know, from first thing in the morning all the way till 1 o'clock in the afternoon without eating anything, and you begin to feed yourself in a healthy manner, most likely at the beginning you may experience a headache or just drowsiness or kind of groggy feeling. That will lift. And usually within the first 3 days, sometimes for some people it lasts even a week, you'll feel just kind of in a cloud. And then all of a sudden you will, I encourage you to push through it though, because all of a sudden then you will feel like, oh my goodness, this is what it's like to actually live without feeling that all the time. You will also learn lots of new techniques and ways to approach healthy living, just in general. You're going to adopt new habits. It does take 21 days to form a habit, and we have 30, so that's pretty empowering. You'll also find new go-to recipes, and I just want to let you know that it's just not going to be as hard as you think it's going to be. Okay, I'm going to walk through the 30-day cleanse steps to success. The first one is gather support. So let your friends and family know what you're doing, and even better yet, ask them to join us, or at least tell them, educate them a little bit about what you're doing, so that when you're in a social setting, you don't have to worry about navigating that with other people or making a big deal out of it. Like, this is just what I'm doing. It's 30 days. I'm making this choice for me. It's not about you. So don't let that play into the social aspect of things. Step number 2 is record your weight and measurements. And if you're seeing me and you're going to meet with me locally, then we will take care of that in person. If not, I did post a video with instructions on where to measure, and also you just take your basic body weight and send that to me. Step number 3, get prepared. So that's when you're removing your toxic, potentially allergenic and addictive foods from your pantry and your refrigerator. So I'll just list those things out for you again, but again, this is all on the website. Dairy, gluten, processed foods, sugar, alcohol, and soy. Step number 4 is to go shopping and fill your kitchen with healthy choices. Always have a shopping list and be prepared. Know what you're shopping for before you go, and try not to go on an empty stomach. Again, there is a grocery list with just a basic grocery list if you want to go and buy lean proteins and carbohydrates and fats and make your own meals. That's one way you could approach this. Or there are 4 complete weeks of meal plans, recipes, grocery shopping list by aisle, worked out exactly for you. So all you have to do is print that off, or even take your phone with you and shop according to that. But definitely have a plan before you go to the grocery store. Step 5, drink your water. I recommend a gallon, and the easiest thing to do is just get an actual gallon and drink from that. Fill it up with water and drink from that throughout your day. And that way you're going to get an idea of how much water you're currently getting. And if you have gotten through your whole day and you're only a quarter of the way through your gallon, then you've got some work to do. If drinking a gallon by noon is easy for you, then you're probably pretty hydrated and you just continue on that path. A lot of times people are dehydrated and don't know it. A lot of times people mistake hunger for thirst. So try drinking more water to alleviate that. And then water is just the best way to cleanse our system. Hands down. Step number 6, don't go more than 3 hours without eating. So our bodies are designed to graze throughout the day, but a better plan is to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, having 5 or 6 small meals throughout your day. Try not to obsess or weigh yourself every day. If that is going to mess with your mind, weigh yourself a couple times a week. Just as long as we know that if weight loss is part of your goals, you're seeing a downward trend, then we're good to go. Try not to overeat when eating meals, so fill your plate with vegetables. You should have your portions. We will talk about this when we talk about MyFitnessPal a little bit more, but about a fist-sized portion for protein, about a fist-sized portion for carbohydrates. Fats are usually about a thumb size, and vegetables can fill your plate. We'll talk more about that again with MyFitnessPal and how to work your pie chart into your day. Step number 9, make sure you're focusing on fiber. That's a really important part to clean eating, making sure everything is moving in the system. Step number 10, avoid eating out if at all possible, but that's not necessarily going to happen for the full 30 days. Most likely you will have social events, and you do not need to clear your calendar just to be able to feel successful at this cleanse. Just know the menu before you go, look up the menu, decide what you're eating before you go so it's not a game time decision. Be very specific with your server. If you want, you can even tell a little white lie, say that you have an intolerance or a sensitivity or even an allergy to some of the foods that you're eliminating. And that way you know that you will be getting clean meals when you go. Beware of the salad myth. Just because it's called a salad does not necessarily mean it is healthy, so watch out for cheese and croutons and bacon and dressing and all of that. Step number 12 is to track your success, and that is a huge portion of this program. So I recommend MyFitnessPal. We'll become friends. I'll be able to see your food journal, and if I see red flags, things that I may point out as being maybe potentially throwing your plan off progress or off track, I will be sure to reach out and let you know. But definitely make the time to track your nutrition. Makes a huge difference. And step number 13 is just commit to the 30 days. You've started this, you have goals. The best thing you can do is make a plan and then follow through with your action items towards that plan.